strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. There was once a young man named David, a carpenter by trade, who lived in a small village surrounded by rolling hills and quiet forests. Life in the village was simple, but not easy. David often found himself overwhelmed, trying to provide for his family while dreaming of building a better future. It seemed like every time he took one step forward, life pushed him two steps back. One particularly difficult week, David's work tools broke, and his savings were too small to replace them. He felt defeated. One evening, he walked up to the hilltop behind his house, knelt down and cried out to God. "Lord, why have you allowed me to struggle like this? I am trying my best, but it feels like it's never enough. How can I carry on when I'm so tired, and the burden feels so heavy?" In the stillness of the night, David's heart heard a whisper, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." David didn't fully understand, but he felt peace settle over him. He went to bed with this thought in his heart. Perhaps God has already given me what I need. The next morning he woke with renewed determination. Instead of focusing on his lack, he decided to focus on what he had. He borrowed tools from a neighbor and repaired a small table for a widow in the village. He noticed how grateful she was, not just for the work, but for his kindness. Word spread, and soon other villagers began seeking his help. As David worked, he began to see something remarkable. Each challenge he faced became an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. When he didn't know how to solve a problem, he prayed and found creative solutions he hadn't considered before. When he felt like giving up, he remembered the quiet whisper on the hilltop and pressed on. Weeks turned into months, and David's work flourished. He saved enough to buy new tools, and he began teaching others in the village how to craft and repair furniture. His trials had not been in vain. They had taught him patience, resilience, and the power of trusting in God's provision. One evening, David found himself back on the hilltop, reflecting on how far he had come. He realized something profound. God had not removed his challenges, but he had given him the strength to face them. God had not handed him wisdom on a silver platter, but had given him opportunities to grow in wisdom through hard work and prayer. God had not carried him the whole way, but he had walked beside him, reminding him of his God-given willpower to persevere. David thought of the verse in Philippians, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." It wasn't that he had done it all alone, but that God had equipped him each step of the way. David stood and looked out over the village, the glow of lanterns lighting up the dark. He smiled, knowing that just as the stars shone in the sky despite the darkness, God's strength had shone through his own struggles. If you're feeling overwhelmed today, remember David's story. God has already placed in you the strength to endure, the wisdom to navigate life's challenges, and the willpower to keep moving forward. All you need to do is trust him, take one step at a time, and know that his grace is truly sufficient. He is walking with you, giving you enough for today and bright hope for tomorrow.